Good morning, students. In this video, I shall discuss genetic code, the chemically specified language. That means this genetic code actually it helps in the transmission of the message from the DNA to mRNA, or this is the messenger RNA, and this messenger RNA it sends the message to the ribosome molecule, and this ribosome molecule where the synthesis of the polypeptide chain occur. Now, then question arises, in which form actually the DNA it transmits the message to the mRNA, and mRNA it transmits the message to the ribosome. So here question arises, what is a DNA molecule, and it is a chemical molecule. It cannot send in the form of the language, or it cannot write anything. So it must be sending through the code. Then what should be a code in the DNA molecule? In the DNA molecule, it is consists of the nucleotides, and in the nucleotides, what are there? In a nucleotide, there are three important things. One is the nitrogenous base, then the second one, that is the sugar, and third one, that is the phosphate. So these are the three important things there in the DNA molecule. Then out of these three, the sugar and phosphate, they are same throughout the chain. Everywhere you will find the same sugar and phosphate, but there is only variation, only different is the nitrogenous bases. Either it is A or T or C or G. So these are the nitrogenous bases. So according to this difference in the nitrogenous bases, the nucleotides, normally the nucleotides are different from one another. So that is why the difference in the nucleotide base pairs, that is only due to this nitrogenous base. Then how many nitrogenous bases are there in this DNA molecule? There are only 4 nitrogenous bases. Now, if only one nitrogenous base will code for one amino acid, then how many amino acids can be coded? Only 4 amino acids can be coded. That is A, T, C, and G. A will code for one amino acid, then T will code for another one amino acid, and C will code for another one amino acid, and G will code for one amino acid. But in the polypeptide chain, normally there are around 20 naturally occurring amino acids. And if there are 20 different types of amino acids are present in a polypeptide chain, so how these 20 amino acids can be coded by these 4 nitrogenous bases? So that is why the hypothesis for singlet code cannot be accepted. According to Nirenberg, Khorana, and Ochoa, they actually investigated on this genetic code, and the singlet code is rejected, and the singlet code cannot be coded 20 amino acids which are present in the polypeptide. Now, if it will be taken as the doublet code, then how many amino acids can be coded by this code? Suppose these are U, C, A, G. These are 4, and here another U, C, A, G. And if they will form the doublet codes, then how many number of codes can be formed? According to permutation and combination 4 2, it will be your 16 combination. Now U, C, A, and G. Now U, C, A, G, they will form maximum how many amino acids? Now these combinations which are formed here, this is U, this is UC, this is UA, and this is UG. Here in the second row, it is CU, CC, CA, and CG. here AU, AC, AA, AG, and in the last row it is your GU, GC, GA, and GG. So there are 16 types of combination will be formed if the codes will be doublet in nature. If they will be doublet, then they will form maximum 16 combination, because we have only 4 nitrogenous bases, and these 16 combination they will code, if each will code one amino acid, then the 16 codes will code maximum. How many? They will code maximum 16 number of amino acids. So if 16 number of amino acids will be coded, then there are around 20 amino acids present in the polypeptide chain. If the 20 amino acids are there in the polypeptide chain, so this doublet code also cannot code all the 20 amino acids to form the polypeptide chain. Now, question arises, so if this is not possible, then the next option is there for the triplet code. Now, if they will form the triplet code, then how many amino acids can be coded? We shall now see it. Now, if there are 4 nitrogenous bases and they will form triplet codes with one another by permutation combination method, then how many combinations or maximum combination can be possible by this method? Now, there are 4 nitrogenous bases, and these 4 nitrogenous bases, if they will form the triplet code, then maximum 64 combination can be formed. And how this 64 combination can be formed, let us see. Suppose these are 1, 2, 3, and 4, and the 4 nitrogenous bases will be your U, C, A, and G. Now here 1, 2, 3, and 4. So these are the different nitrogenous bases. Suppose here U, C, A, and G. Now here in the third axis, you will be here U, C, A, and G. U, C, A, G. U, C, A, G. And U, C, A, and G. Now how the different combination can be formed? Just see the method how the genetic code can be prepared easily. You can also prepare the genetic code by your own. Now, here, the first case, this is the first code, and first base, this is the second base, and it is the third base. Then U, and U. It will be your first code, U. Then, second one, the first and second are constant for this box. This row, the first, second are constant. That means U, and U. So these 4 are constant, but here in the first row, it is U, second, C, third, A, and fourth, G. So in this way, here it is the first and it is the second. Then what will happen? UC, it is constant. UC, and UC. But the third one, it will change. That is U, C, A, and G. And here UA, UA, and third one, that is your UCAG. Here it will be first one your U, then it is your G, then it is UG, and here the first one U, then C, then A, then G. In this way, in the second row, that is first one will be your C in every case. Your C, then second one your U, then C, U, C, U, C, U. Now the third one, it will be your vary from UCAG, and it is UCAG. In this way, here first one C, second one C, then C, 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 C. Now these four will be your U, C, A, and G. Now here, in this case, first one is your C, second one your A. Now it is CA, 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 and here it is U, C, A, and G. Now in the fourth box, first one, it is your C, then G, C, G, these are constant, C, G, and CG. But the last one, it will be your U, C, A, and G. Now in the third row, the first one your A, so it will be your A here, then second one your U, now it is AU, 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 and AU. Now the third one, that is your U, C, A, and G, so your U, C, A, and G. And in this case, what happened? Now first one your A, then C, then it is your AC, 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 and the third code will be your, sorry, third base will be your U, C, A, G. Now in this box, what happens? The first one your A, then the second one, it is also A, now it is AA, 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 and AA, and the third nitrogenous base will be here, it is U, C, A, and G. Now in this box, the first one, that is your A, second one, that is your G. The first and second are constant, that is your AG, 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 and AG. And the third base will be your U, C, A, and G. So in this way, now we can also write the next row, that is first one, that is your G, and the second base, that is your U, GU, 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 and GU. And the third base, it is your U, C, A, and G. Now here, in the second box, first one, that is your G, then second one, that is your C. It is your GC, 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 and GC. Now after that, the third base for this combination, that is your U, C, A, and G. Now here, the first base, that is your G, the second one, that is your A, GA, 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 and GA. Now the third base will be your U, C, A, G. And in the last box here, the first base, it is your G, second base also G, so that will be your GG. Here again GG, 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 and the third base for this codon, that is U, C, A, and G. So in this way, we can prepare the 64 combinations here, and in all these 64 combinations, there are different types of amino acids, and these amino acids are coded by these different triplet codon. So that is why these codes, 64 codes, can easily code the 20 amino acids. Now, in this genetic code, the different amino acids which are coded by the different triplet code are already decided and already verified. So that is why the 20 amino acids which are normally present in the polypeptide chain. These are already coded by these different codes, and it is already cracked by Nirenberg and Khorana. Then after that, Ochoa also she established the different enzymes which were involved there. Now, these triplet codes, they code for all the 20 amino acids. There are no doubt 64 codes which are present here in this method, and out of this 64, what are the important properties of this genetic code? Let us discuss. Now, the first one, all the triplet codes which are present here, all are triplet in nature. That means everywhere the three nitrogenous bases will be there. No any code which is having more or less than three nitrogenous bases. It may be your UAU or it may be your GGG. Now, these triplet codes, they are non-overlapping in nature. Then what do we mean by overlapping? What do we mean by non-overlapping? Suppose U, C, A, G, C, A, G like this. If it will be overlapped, then this is the first three. Then next one is the second, this type of overlapping, and this type of overlapping, and this type of overlapping. Then the codes will be UCA, then CAG, then AGC, GCA, like this. So from this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 nitrogenous bases, you will find so much code. But this type of overlapping is not there. Here, suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, then only 3 codes will be formed here. First one, your UCA, second one, GCA, and third one, your GAC. So these 3 codes can only be formed here, and 3 codes will code for 3 different amino acids. So this is called non-overlapping method of this genetic code. Next one, they are commaless. That means when there is any DNA chain like this, or this is the mRNA, it produces the mRNA. So from the DNA, the mRNA is produced, and this mRNA, which is produced by the DNA, till the completion, it is having continuous chain. That means suppose the nitrogen was U, C, A, G, G, C, A, G, G, C, like this. So there is no any punctuation, neither comma, full stop, or any punctuation is there. It is continuous of 3, 3, 3, 3. Suppose this is the first 3, this is the second 3, this is the third 3. In this way, they are continuously formed or code for the different amino acid. This is the first amino acid, second amino acid, this is third amino acid, this is fourth amino acid, like this. So there is no stoppage of any amino acid or any nitrogenous base in between. So that is why it is called commaless. Now, next important property or fundamental property of these nitrogenous bases, that is the specificity of the nitrogenous bases. That means this nitrogenous base, suppose UUU will code for only phenylalanine. This UUU will not code for any other amino acid. Okay, so that is why it is the specificity of this particular triplet code. So every triplet code, whatever it may be, you can take the example of GAU. So GAU will code for aspartic acid only. It will not code for any other amino acid. So that is why the codes are specific to their amino acid and they bind to that particular amino acid only. Now next one, that is the degeneracy. Then what do we mean by degeneracy? Look at here. Some amino acids like methionine. So methionine, it is coded by AUG only. It is only one code. Sometimes, look at here. There are so many for 2 or so many for 3. Like that. So for glutamine here, it will 2 codes will code for this. Sometimes, look at here, the leucine. There are 6 different codes like your UUA, UUG, CUU, CUC, CUS, CG, CUG, and these 6 will code for leucine only. So that is the degeneracy. That means same amino acid can be coded by different codon. एक amino acid is, or one amino acid can be coded by different codons or triplet codon. This is called degeneracy of this triplet code. Now, there is a start codon which is normally present in the first position of the mRNA and it code for this methionine. So that is why AUG is called the start codon or the initiation codon, and it initiates the process of translation by which the polypeptide chain is formed. Now, when the chain will have to stop or the chain has to terminate at a particular place, then another codon which is called your stop codon. Look at here, UAA and UAG. These are the stop codon, and this stop codon, another one is here. So this stop codon, when they appear in the mRNA chain, suppose this is the mRNA chain and here it comes, suppose it is your UAA, when UAA comes here, no amino acid will be coded for this. There is no amino acid coded for this UAA. So that is why automatically this previous amino acid will not be linked by polypeptide chain with this because there is no amino acid. So that is why this amino acid will not be linked to any other amino acid here because this stop codon, it will not code for any amino acid. So that is why the chain automatically terminates here because this triplet code, it will not code for any amino acid, and the previous amino acid is not linked with the next amino acid. So that is why here the mRNA chain stops and the polypeptide chain automatically stops here and a small polypeptide chain is finished here. So this is the stop codon and this is the last of the polypeptide chain and the last amino acid is linked here. Now, if the polypeptide chain is formed by the direction of this codon, these codons are there in the mRNA, but if there will be any alteration or change in this nitrogenous base, then what will happen? It will change the entire sequence of the polypeptide. Suppose you can take the example here. Suppose an mRNA having U, C, A, G, G, C, A, G. Suppose in this place, you just replace it with another nitrogenous base, then what will happen? Suppose anyone will be replaced or anyone will be introduced or anyone will be deleted. So either one nitrogenous base will be deleted or one will be added or can be replaced. Then what happens? This UCA, if any G will add here, so UCA, then GGG will be there. So it will change the entire sequence of the codon. So that is why the sequence of the amino acid will automatically change. And this is called frame shift mutation. This phenomenon is called frame shift mutation. But if one codon, suppose UGA, this codon will be added here, then only one amino acid will be changed. But if one nitrogenous base will be changed, then it will change the entire sequence. But if one codon will be changed, then one amino acid is either added or deleted and rest sequence remains same. So that is why frame shift mutation is more dangerous sometimes if it is occur there. So that is why it occurs sometimes and it causes problem. Now this is about the genetic code, its different characteristics, and next we shall study the translation process. Then how this genetic code actually errorlessly, without any error, it normally form the polypeptide chain or the sequence of the amino acid which are formed in the ribosome in my next video. If you think that this video is useful for you, then please like it and subscribe it. Thank you.